Hi, Steve here. Welcome to our channel Patio Heat, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. And we appreciate if you would tap that like button as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this screened in room, and the only obstacles that I see, if any, really are the doors over here. Do they swing out? And I'm not sure where the doors are because they didn't indicate that they had doors anywhere in the structure, so I'm assuming that it's just centered within this space right here, and that could be totally wrong. Probably are windows and things of that nature as well. This is a second floor screened in room. Let's go ahead and look at the dimensions overall. So dimensions overall I have is 23 feet 8 inches by 21 feet, and then I have a total height of the walls at 9 feet off the ground. So I'm assuming that at the top of the walls would be these, I guess the joists are part of the rafter system here. I guess they call them hangers or something. In any case, they indicated they run the 23-foot length of the patio. So, and they also stated that they're at every other one of these members up here. So you can see I have, you know, one here, here, and so I think there's a total of 6 altogether, and I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and take off the dimensions for right now. So yeah, this just a note that, you know, these are sitting at 9 feet off the floor there. All right, I think that's, yeah, 9 feet. Okay. And I'm going to remove the screen just for a moment so we can see the model a little bit better. And I think that's about it. So let's go ahead, and I have 2 different options I would put in this application. And because these are far enough apart, I have the 4 units. Basically, I've taken, these are CD6024s. So sorry for scrambling around all over the place, but CD6024s for 6,000 watt 240 volt 25 amps a piece. And so what I've done is I took a center point and I moved this 2 sets of heaters here over 4 feet, and then these 2 over here, I put them in the center, moved them over 5 feet, so we have a total of 9-foot centers on the heaters. And I just centrally located them between, you know, these 2 rafters or supports, whatever they're called, and you know, skip this bay obviously so we get the maximum amount of heat as possible with 4 units. So let's go ahead and look at that clearance. This is the clearance above, so we need to make sure we have 6 inches of clearance all the way around the top of the unit. We're not penetrating any of the wooden beams right there or there. Now you're gonna have to figure out a way to physically mount the units. I believe they said these are 8-inch beams, so possibly you could take a, you know, piece of steel and just one by one, you know, attach it to the top of here, string it over to the other side, and then just lay this on top and put a screw from the top down into that, you know, one by one tubular steel. All right, that would be one idea. And you can also hang these heaters from a chain. Just by the way, you can take this bracket off, put a chain here, and just attach the chain to wherever it matches up to the location you're looking for, and you can hang the heater down from a chain. That's no problem at all as well. You just have to make sure that you meet the clearances of combustibles. Let's go ahead and look at the lower clearances. So lower clearances, that's why I have this heater right at the bottom elevation of this wood stud here. And you can see that I'm meeting the 18 inches of clearance from the left sides on both left, and right as well, because I'm below that beam with the, or at the actual same elevation as that beam. All right, and that's true in all 4 units. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. I'm going to turn off the clearances and look at the ray. So the ray here, now I just placed some furniture out here. I had no idea where and how this area is going to be arranged. I would just imagine that there's a fireplace here, so that there's got to be some seating areas around here, and then probably some other sort of seating area over here, whether that be dining or other reclining area, I'm not sure. And then just threw some other chairs haphazardly out here. And you can see here I'm probably getting about, say, I'd say at least three-quarters of the room here, maybe a little bit less than three-quarters. I'm missing this edge here with the 4 units, but if the primary use is just going to be in the middle, maybe this is going to be just fine. If this is just for the family, not for big events, this might just work out just fine. All right, so that would be one option, and I'm going to turn that off and jump into the option 2, which would be 6 units, and 6 units would give you pretty much a full coverage. You can see I'm just missing the edges over here, and the lineup is the same thing basically. I have, again, from a center point 4 feet over to the center of the heater, and then from center point here 5 feet over to the center of the heater of here, these 3 units and those 3 units. And again, you can see that there's a pretty good coverage. We're still missing just a little bit of this back edge of the chair. That's why I had that 5 feet over. Now I might go 5.5 feet, and I'd leave this at the 4 foot because we don't really need to heat up the fireplace area here. So, and again, that just runs really well with, if in fact these are running the way that I'm showing them, it runs really well like this. So the only thing that we need to be cautious of on this application, I don't think it's going to be an issue, is the clearance below the heater over here. So if this door, if this doorway opens up, we need to know kind of that we're not swinging into this space here. It's probably about, I'd say at least 24 inches here. So that door would have to be at least 24 inches out in order to penetrate into that clearance zone. So I don't think that will be an issue, but there might be a different door there. There might be a sliding door. I don't know. In any case, you can see though that this is a pretty good option as well. These are 6,000 watt units. I think this is in a very cooler climate area, so I think you'd want 6,000 watts out there, as well as probably a control system, no matter if you go the 6 or the 4 units, just because the fact I'm sure that the weather changes to where it's probably in the 60s and 70s in the evenings, and you start wanting to put a little bit of heat on when it drops below that 70 degree. And the 6,000 watts are going to give you that nice temperature when it gets really cold. Now we can't quite keep a temperature of, say, below 40s really warm, maybe even below 50s. It just depends on how well you're acclimated to that temperatures, whether that be acceptable to you or not. But I'd say definitely in the 50s, this setup would be okay. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review what you got, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's the only way that other people are directed to our channel, and we appreciate that, and it also tells us that you appreciate our efforts. Thank you very much. Have a great day.